We are clearing old, negative, limiting beliefs. Neptune in Pisces. This is a big deal, guys. And from Wednesday, the 10th of December, we have come out of a period of reflection, release. It's starting to move forward now for his final stint, the end of the end. As we approach the end of this 165-year cycle on January 26th, which is not that far away, we're invited to release all beliefs and illusions that once held us, once shaped us, and once kept us safe. Neptune, the god of the sea, governs the vast inner oceans of our emotional world. It is mystical, it is spiritual, it is dreamy, it's our intuition, and where the unseen quietly guides the seen. Now, ruling over Pisces, Neptune is the ruler, so it's been very strong. Pisces is the end of the zodiac. And Neptune speaks for our inner peace. It demands inner peace, compassion and surrender. Pisces flows towards unity, softness, the quiet truth beneath all the chaos and the noise. And 165 years of chaos really does take its toll on our mind, our body and our soul. So this is saying it's time to clear the old beliefs. When, on the 10th, when he finally goes forward, it's only until January the 26th, and that 165-year cycle is done. So what is going to happen? During this final moving, pushing forward, he's going to reveal what still needs to be felt, surrendered and dissolved. Remember, he is the god of the sea. He is ready to dissolve. Water cleanses. And as he starts to move forward once more, he's preparing for a finale, a grand finale, before entering in his brand new cycle, where the zodiacal wheel will start again in the sign of Aries. His energy is going to quicken up. So all the illusions, the fogginess, the mental clutter that once clouded your judgment, your vision, your intuition, and what held your soul back are going to be washed away, clearing the path for inner peace that's always been your birthright. And Neptune's here to reveal some truths. So we are clearing limiting beliefs. Another card that I got with this is feel, don't think. Our heart and our brain have been separated for so long, the masculine, the feminine. And this lion is here to open his heart to vulnerability, to find the strength from the pain, from the grief, from the loss, from the sadness, not just in our lifetime. When we're talking about Neptune and Pisces, we're talking the unseen, we're talking ancestral. Look how far, or look how the world has evolved in 165 years. Look at how, yes, the beautiful things, the positivity, the evolution. But also look at where our world has grown to be chaotic, controlling, manipulative. Just look at this energy. And when we ask to feel, then feelings might not be very nice. They might hold some memory. Remember, this is saying, feel, don't think. Within our mind, and I think things have been coming up with that full moon in Gemini that we just had a week ago at the 13th degree, which is the divine feminine. We are starting to wake up. We are starting to wake up to be who we really are, to feel our own unique way of being, that there's a new way ahead. And this is where Neptune is saying, yes, start feeling the power of silence. Neptune rules Pisces, as I've mentioned, so this is going to be heightened. The answers you need lie within. I know it's a saying that you hear bantered around, but that is the truth. When you sit and feel what your body's feeling, any ache, any pain, any fear, any trigger, there's a solution there. It just wants peace. And after 165 years of conflict, control, manipulation, grief, loss, sorrow, patriarchal ways. It just wants to feel safe again. Okay, so there were the energies that I was drawn to, and I'm just going to structure this like a storybook. I like to just flow when I do this. I don't have a structured questions unless something comes up that I feel I need to dig a bit deeper. But this is just asking us, what is Neptune wanting us to know? What is Neptune wanting us to know, and what is he dissolving? So that's the theme of this energy. I'm just going to go into different reading, oracle cards and tarot. Whoa, Black Moon Lilith. I'm using my Black Moon Lilith tarot. Currently in the astrology, when this Neptune is going direct, Lilith is in Scorpio in the depth of psyche, depth of our emotions. So he's been working alongside Neptune, or she's been working alongside Neptune, because it's water. I was also drawn to, and I'm going to put that down because I'm going to come back to Lilith. I was also drawn, oh, right, okay, number 13, the Divine Feminine on this card. I was also drawn to Dr. Emoto. Now, he was a Japanese philosophical man who did some tests, scientific tests on water and how it affects the crystallization. And he came up with a theory that the way we speak alters the way our body reacts to negative or positive thoughts, words. Because when he froze water that was spoken negatively to and positively to, they created a different crystallized energy. So therefore, our cells, we are predominantly 70% water, along with the earth. What we speak to ourselves, what we are surrounded by, a frequency, if it's joy, fun and laughter, it's going to alter our cells. It's going to alter our physiology, our biology. You just think about that on the bigger plane. If the world is 70% water, oceans, and it's surrounded by control, patriarchal energies, that's why the world needs to be changed, cleansed, released. It can't take, it's toxic. It's cleansing. So Neptune's coming in to cleanse. He's wanting us to see things differently. So we've got the Black Madonna coming up here with my Black Moon Lilith. She's the secrets, the sacred dark goddess mother. What else do we have? Aries. Wow. Now let me talk about these individually. And conjunction, becoming whole again. Yeah, this is the message I was getting, guys, and it's coming up loud and clear. When I say coming whole again, what does that mean? We hold a masculine and feminine, the unity consciousness. But society, the world, wants us to be in conflict, which keeps us in separation from ourselves, so then we don't feel safe. You think about a whole. You feel safe and solid as a whole being, knowing who you really are. But when we are surrounded by relationship dynamics, tribal experiences, meaning family dynamics, societal, we look at our world from a fear-based, and then that causes us to separate because we go more into that masculine, wanting to be on the back foot, protection, fear of attack, if you like. So we think about the last 165 years. Our masculine, we've had a lot of world wars. We've had a lot of war. Grief, loss, sorrow in the mix. The masculine is on heightened alert, and that's our nervous system. The feminine then goes into a recluse. It goes into a suppression. She's our feminine creativity. She's our vulnerability. She's our love, our nurture. But we've been too heavy in the masculine. And what this is saying is becoming whole again is the key. And this is where we're rising like the phoenix. We're rising as a whole being. And this starts with self. Always starts with self, then it blends into the community, blends into the world, to the globe. Do not ever underestimate the power of healing. Even if this is just writing in your journal, remember, thoughts create your biology, your physiology. It can change your being. Then you go speak them words because you're feeling whole again. You share them with your community, your tribe. Then you're going to expand this beautiful unity consciousness to become whole again. So I'm going to go back to Lilith. So here we have the story of Lilith. You know that I love this my little simplified version of Lilith, Adam and Eve. Lilith was Adam's first wife. She didn't conform to his patriarchal, that's my word, it's not stated anywhere, patriarchal masculine demands. She said no. She wanted equal give and take. She knew her worth. She was whole. So she was equal give and take. He didn't like that, or somebody didn't like that. And she was banished from the Garden of Eden. And then Eve came along and took her place and conformed to Adam's demands. Therefore, the feminine was always undermined by the masculine. And that's how co-creation continued with these old beliefs in religion, in societal beliefs, in cultures. We don't have to look too far for these to be verified. Now, Lilith is the scorned feminine. She has a snake around her neck, which is about shedding the old. The Kundalini rising. Where has it been suppressed out of fear? Where are we holding on to these old repressed fears and emotions? This old fear of judgment, attack, grief, sadness, pain. It stores somewhere if it's not cleansed and released. And I feel like this Neptune energy is bringing our attention to the feminine, bringing our attention in to the sacred dark goddess mother. Let me just read you a little bit from the book on that one. So this is the mother and child. This is very much the Cancerian energy for me. This is the womb, the co-creation, where we create from. And if we are creating, co-creating from a place of separation, remember, we're becoming whole again. That's what we are going to create and pass down. And that one has been passed down. And I feel like this is what this Neptune energy is doing, is cleansing, is releasing. Things have to be seen, revealed. Let's see what the Black Madonna wants to say. Wrong book. Here's the Black Moon Lilith. Number 18. So that's 9. So there's the numerology. I love the numerology. So 1 and 8 is 9 on this card. 9s are about completion. 2025 has always ever been about shedding the skin of the snake, endings, completion. Pisces, end of the zodiac, completion. Neptune, in the final degrees, who rules Pisces, it's the end of the end from a long 165-year cycle. Let me read you this card. So this is the primordial dark mother goddess. She's a powerful archetype that has been venerated in ancient cultures throughout the world. For example, Isis, Hecate, Lilith, Kali Ma, and the Black Madonna. When the Black Madonna shows up, it's time to surrender. The Dark Mother of Creation is always working for your highest good, even though it may not feel like it at times. The key is to take a deep breath, release and allow everything to fall away that isn't in alignment. The Black Madonna is showing you that chaos is just another form of divine creation in the universe and it's an indicator of new beginnings. Feelings of doubt and impatience can come up in this energy. You may also receive healing support from divine feminine or maternal figures in the form of financial, professional, or life guidance. Accept them. The Black Madonna is a controversial artistic depiction of the Virgin Mary. Her origins are theorized by an African origin, perhaps based on pagan dark earth mother deities. Racism rules the church's narrative. European clergy would whitewash her image to paint and explain that candle soot or age causes the skin to turn dark. This controversial Black Madonna is another example how patriarchy has demonized the dark divine feminine figures. Wow. The Virgin Mary was packaged to represent submission and obedience, while the Black Madonna depiction is linked with dark feminine strength and power. This is very deep, guys. Neptune rules in Pisces, it does rule spirituality, religion, and our spiritual or religious beliefs. So very much where it's coming in to refresh, release us from any energies that might have been trapped, to do with the darkest energy of the feminine, where it's been suppressed. I'm going to pull 3 tarot on top of these, but before I do, I'm going to read you this one. Now, Aries, as you can see, we have here, lead your life. On January the 26th, when Neptune goes into its new cycle, it starts a brand new cycle in Aries. That is the masculine. Aries is ruled by Mars, the war god. Remember what I said about 165 years of chaos, of war, of fear. Whether that's in our personal lives or external, they both hold an energy. This is what Neptune is coming to do, cleansing the waters. Because we are leading our life in a more wholesome divine masculine and divine feminine. And when I've been tapping into this energy of this brand new, because astrologers have been talking about this for a long time, the know it's coming. It's on the 14th of February. This is where Saturn also is going into Aries, starting a brand new 30-year cycle. Neptune is already there from the 26th, but they're meeting at the same degree point, which is quite historical. It's a big change in a leadership way. So we're going to see different way of leading our world, because Neptune's coming in to release, to dissolve. Saturn, I know we're talking about Neptune in this video, but Saturn is about discipline. And if you're, and I feel this energy is instant karma. So when Saturn has to do things by the book, and if you are doing things as ill intention, you reap some kind of karmic debt. This is my way of seeing it. And for me, it's quickening up, because Saturn is now moving forward in its last final couple of months in the end of the zodiac, Pisces, along with Neptune in Pisces. This is karmic payback time. And I don't mean that in a negative way, because I don't want to see people that have done harm getting their dues. But this is, you'll know, if you're not doing things in a structured way, you're going to feel it. And this doesn't have to be anything negative or manipulative. This could be simply, you've got a daily habit and you've just been, say for instance, you've got a ache in your back, structure. Saturn is about our skeletal system. You've got a back pain, you've had it for years and you're just trundling on. And this is saying, no, you've been ignoring me for such a long time now. I'm holding a lot of pain here. It's time now to get this seen to release, to heal. Something that you've been fearing possibly as well with Saturn, that you've been putting off. So say for instance, you fear you have money issues. You have a fear of debt or poverty consciousness. Remember, we've been in a 165-year cycle of poverty consciousness, fear around money. Saturn saying, no, come on, this is an old belief. It's passed down from generations and it needs to be dissolved. The world is abundant. We've got to go more into this more Piscean energy of compassion, wholesome, abundance energy. And when I was tapping into the energy also, I was getting a heavy Venusian energy. That's why I brought my Venus here to be seen front and center. Venus is that feminine abundance. Now, Venus is it's depicted in a lot of deities throughout the mythology. Isis, Ishtar. We have even Virgin Mary, because what you see of Venus, you think she's all beauty and abundance and love and light. And yes, she is, but she also had to sacrifice a lot to get there, to bring it to earth. She's the sky goddess who looks upon us and gives us the energy of the Venusian ways, but it also comes with a price, with a sacrifice. And this is where it marries with Saturn, who's very earthy. Put the work in, put the discipline in. So there's a situation, probably a 30-year cycle for some of you, where you've been in a hard slog and sacrificed a lot, but you've learned a great deal. And when Saturn comes and gives you his rewards, you'll have seen where the treasure is. And I always say with Saturn and Pluto, yes, where there's pain, there's gain, but also where there's pain, there's growth. And there's also, this is where the abundance has been. I'm going to stop there because I'm chuntering on a lot, and I'm aware that we're 20 minutes in, and I did say I was going to use my tarot to clarify. Let's dig a little bit deeper. If you like this video, guys, do hit that subscribe button. Helps me to be seen, heard, and recognised. Lilith, what do we have? What tarot card wants to represent Lilith? I knew that one would be coming up. Been getting my attention for a long time, this card. Two of Cups, and the Nine of Wands, and the King of Cups. Now there's Neptune. For me, this is a beautiful water energy. Yes, Pisces, yes, Scorpio, yes, Cancer, but for me, this is more of a Pisces energy. He's sat on the throne of compassion, but that's the masculine compassion. And this is now how we are going to lead. Come February, the universe is saying it's time to lead with a more compassionate masculine and a compassionate union with your feminine. So you're co-creating and rising that Kundalini energy, that spark of life from a beautiful, wholesome energy. So that's what's coming up with this. And we've been healing it. We've been healing it in the Cancer areas of our life. This is Venus in Cancer. There's that Venus nod. And also I'm linking this to the energy of Three-Eye Atlas. I haven't spoke about Three-Eye Atlas on my videos before. I've been sitting with the energy, but this is what I have been feeling when I've been tapping into Three-Eye Atlas. And that is bringing in the divine union, healing the masculine and feminine. There's the Kadua symbol, healing, divine masculine, divine feminine, the cup of love. This is Venus in Cancer, love with sacrifice. This is where we've had to learn through our unions, through the people that we love, our relationship dynamics, home, family, children, childhood, ancestral. Cancer is the womb. Things that have been passed down. It's all to do with this masculine. That's where the wounds were. That's where the wounds are. And this is what's cleansing. For me, Three-Eye Atlas is bringing in a higher consciousness. There's also some other comets that have been recently noted. I am a bit of a geek. I follow the astrophysics. And it's bringing this beautiful, it's rising like a phoenix. I feel like the earth is rising and it's bringing in, yeah, Mars energy. And there's Neptune. It's dissolving. And how do we do that? Through projection. This is our spiritual gold. How do we do that? Relationships. Our external relationship equals our internal relationship. Wow, that was a big one. Black Moon Madonna, the sacred divine goddess. This is where we've had that scorned feminine being depicted and being lied through the ancient times, especially through religion and beliefs, cultures. Let's see what this is. Oh, wow. I'm going to pull 3 cards just to match up with that one. So here we have the divine counterpart to the king. There's the divine union. There's the 2 cups. I hope you can see that my sun's gone a bit in a different direction. So there's the 2 of cups. So here we have the younger version of the king and the queen. They weren't king and queen then. They needed to mature. That's where the healing came in. Then they mastered it. Wow. And what did it say goodbye to? Capricorn. This is the devil. Setting ourselves free. Whoa, whoa. Just a minute, guys. I'm getting lots of stuff here coming in. Here we go. Setting yourself free. In this card here, we have the masculine, the feminine, chained. Remember, feminine stuck. I will do what you say, Adam. Here we have the lovers, a choice point. This is Gemini energy. Remember I said about the that full moon in Gemini, 13 degrees, feminine. Something in your mind was set free from some old karma. So here we are, free to make choices. This is the choice card. Here's the angel. There's the sun. Releasing the old, masculine, patriarchal thoughts. Setting ourselves free. Wisdom. The tree of wisdom, the tree of knowledge. We had to gain this knowledge. We had to go through what we've been through, especially related to mother-child, the feminine, relationships, to get us where we are needing to be. Let's pull Black Moon, Lilith and Aries, leading our life in a brand new direction. What's this? And if you look at this depiction, the imagery on here, you've got the man underneath and you've got the feminine at the top. She's risen. Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter. Jupiter's currently in Cancer. 6 of Cups, Sun in Scorpio. This is nostalgia. 6, 2 sixes. 6 of Wands, 6 of Swords, the mental energy. Bringing some peace, harmony and balance back to your mind, which will bring 6 of Cups. 6s are about balance and harmony. Emotional, mental balance. This is what this spiritual projection, so we're needing to calm our nervous system. That's what's going to move along this Jupiter energy, the Wheel of Fortune. And there's the brand new Aries point. 0 degrees Aries. Brand new beginning for everybody. It's going to look different for everybody, but that's the opportunity that this Neptune's coming in to end out, guys. I'm going to end this reading now. I'm going to end it on my gods, goddesses and guardians. Let's see if any fall out. If not, I'll pick a couple of cards. What the messages for this Neptune in Pisces for the final time. Oh, I could cry. Mary Magdalene. Sacred marriage. She has the Ankh. The beautiful Egyptian Ankh. I associate this, which I'm very connected to Isis. He's mine. The womb of Isis. Co-creating from a new balanced masculine and feminine. The sacred marriage. The sacred marriage, the 2 of Cups. Mastering the masculine and feminine love within ourselves. I'm linking this to 3-eye atlas. And here's the sacred marriage. Because ultimately this is what marriage is. We exchange a cup of love. But we have to exchange that with ourselves. And we have to heal the wounds that prevent it, that keep us in separation. How do we do that? Through projection. Persephone, new beginnings. Rising like the phoenix in the divine feminine. But for now, we're needing to rest. Here's the maiden, the star maiden. The star maiden. It's time to rest. The divine feminine. 13 energy. Remember what I said about Venus? She's the star goddess. She has 13 cycles. The moon has 13 phases. And he's Aphrodite. So remember I was saying Venus has many deities. In Greek mythology, she was called Aphrodite. Venus is the Roman mythology. The power of the divine feminine. And this is where we are telling our truth. The truth is being revealed, but the truth lies within us. Wow, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Do take care, and I'll speak with you soon.